So I initially took it upon myself to post my weekly videos every Friday, and I kind of got a bit behind and was struggling to keep up and get them filmed every week, so that sometimes they didn't actually post until a couple days later. But this week I'm going to be spending Wednesday to Friday in the hospital, and I figured before I get home Friday evening and think, now I definitely don't feel up to making a video, I'm just going to record it now, and it will definitely be online on time. And what better topic to talk about than hospital stays? So I am actually really excited to be going to the hospital. I found out about this place, oh gosh, wow. It's June now. I found out about it in like, I want to say July or so of last year, so about a year ago. And I was on the waiting list for this blood center for 6 months. Then you're supposed to actually go to the blood center first in the morning and then go to the hospital directly after that. Somehow I didn't quite get the memo, and I thought that I first had to go to the blood center and then make the appointment for the hospital. But once I finally got into the blood center, it was only a couple weeks wait to get into the hospital, but then we realized that there was a problem with my insurance. So I kept trying to make it happen, and nothing was working. And finally, when I'd pretty much given up, I got a letter from my insurance and realized, oh, okay, so I am going to be able to make this happen now. Yeah, so yeah, basically I've been waiting for this for almost a year now, but I do think it's pretty standard when you get to this point to be waiting like 3 to 6 months to see specialists. I know that at some places people can be waitlisted up to like 2 years. So when I was at this meetup in Brussels a couple weeks ago, I was like, yay, I'm going to the hospital in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited. And of course it sounds really strange, and I think for other people it's probably depressing to talk about, but for me, like, this is a huge highlight. Back when I first got to France, I would be sitting in French class saying, I had an endoscopy the other day and everything was fine, like my first clean endoscopy, and it was like, you know, this huge deal for me. And everybody else was talking about like going out partying over the weekend or traveling, and you know, just completely different, yeah, a completely different life. Yeah, but that's the thing, like for the past several years, I haven't been going out, you know, sightseeing or traveling for fun or partying or, you know, doing anything really. Like I wasn't even able to go out to a restaurant to eat because there was nothing that I could eat. And I just recently started venturing out a little bit to where maybe like once a month I'll go meet up with this group where we can sit down and talk for a few hours, or like maybe see a movie once or twice a year. And those little outings are of course really nice to be able to do again, but it still carries a certain level of risk with it. I still have to think, oh yeah, you know, it might be nice to go out and eat, but I know that no matter what I eat, I'm gonna feel miserable afterward, you know? So, but when you live most of your life in bed and on online forums talking with other people in the exact same situation, you realize that finally getting to see that specialist you've been waiting months to get in to see is a big deal. And I think, yeah, to a healthy person, of course, it does sound like dark in a way, but you have to realize that this is my reality. This is the highlight of my life. It's exciting to think I'm gonna go see someone who hopefully is knowledgeable and sympathetic and can offer me some sort of relief, some sort of help, like some sort of improvement in my quality of life. Like just that feeling of hope, like no matter how many times you've been let down, just having that hope that maybe this one will be different. Like, maybe this one will be able to help me. And yeah. And then on the other hand, I don't really have the same stories to share as everyone else. The typical things that you might talk about being excited to do, like going out partying or out to eat or whatever, or traveling for fun, you know, I don't really do those things anymore. And if I do them, then it's difficult and it's a struggle, and sure, it's fun, but still, when your whole life is consumed by being sick, the highlight is understandably going to be any ray of light of getting out of that situation. So yeah, I just wanted to share that and say that I'm really excited to get this done and to get the results and see how much we can learn from this about, you know, about my own situation. When you deal with rare diseases, it's really difficult to diagnose them because they're generally difficult to diagnose. It's very difficult to find a specialist because there are very few doctors who know about these things and know how to diagnose them, and then it takes forever to get in to see them. So I know people tend to really just dismiss self-diagnosis, but in a lot of situations, you sort of get diagnosed by default. But the point of this hospital stay is to finally confirm a diagnosis that, even though previous tests have said it's like strongly suspected that I have it, it'll finally be definitively confirmed, which would be really nice to say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is what I have.